Welcome to This Explainer. There's a persistent myth out there that American audiences are just glued to their screens for mindless entertainment. We kind of tend to picture the entire attention economy as this endless, zombie-like scroll through viral dance crazes, prank videos, and cat memes. But today, we're going to bust that myth wide open. Because America is actually one of the largest, most sophisticated, and dynamic content markets in the entire world. Right now, millions of people are waking up every single day and actively hunting for heavy-hitting information. We're talking deep dives into advanced technology, complex financial strategies, health optimization, and the nuanced trends shaping our global future. So what does America actually want to watch today? If you look past the surface noise of social media, you find a massive, incredibly hungry audience that is completely redefining digital consumption. Millions of viewers aren't just looking to kill time. They're actively searching for complex, future-focused topics to help them navigate what is an incredibly fast-moving reality. They want to know exactly what's coming next, and more importantly, how to prepare for it.
Okay, let's dive into this. The modern attention economy is highly fragmented yet intensely knowledge-based. It basically breaks down into 5 major slices of viewer interest: AI and work, money and business, politics and global news, tech and wellness, and yes, entertainment. People are treating their daily viewing habits almost like a customized digital university curriculum. They're picking and choosing across these distinct categories to build a comprehensive, functional understanding of their world.
To make sense of all this, here is our roadmap for what is essentially a collective quest for certainty in an uncertain world. We'll be exploring wealth, work, and AI, then move into politics and global power, follow that up with future tech and wellness, touch upon entertainment and viral stories, and finally unpack what all of this means for understanding the changing world.
Let's start with our first major theme: wealth, work, and AI, and how people are preparing for the future economy.
Before people can focus on anything else, preparing their wallets and their careers for tomorrow is absolutely top of mind. And the data here is crystal clear. Artificial intelligence is literally the #1 interest in America right now. This is because the future isn't just some distant horizon anymore. It's already sitting right at our desks. AI isn't sci-fi. It's suddenly drafting our emails, it's analyzing our spreadsheets, it's even helping do our kids' homework. Viewers are obsessively trying to figure out how these incredibly powerful tools will fundamentally change their jobs, their local schools, and major creative industries.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive dilemma unfolding across the country right now. On one hand, you have the exhilarating hope of AI creating massive new opportunities, entirely new industries, immense efficiencies, tools that can absolutely supercharge a career. But on the other hand, there's the very real, visceral anxiety of AI replacing traditional jobs. Viewers aren't just passively consuming tech news, they're actively weighing these two extremes. They're using content to figure out exactly where they stand and how they can stay relevant in the midst of this massive economic shift. And that very real anxiety naturally fuels a massive appetite for financial content. Younger viewers in particular aren't just casually browsing. They are on a mission. They're devouring content on investing, generating new business ideas, creating side income, and decoding the future of the economy. They want to launch side hustles, invest smarter, and build wealth in a system that can frankly feel pretty volatile and unpredictable. They are aggressively using online content as a survival toolkit to navigate these totally new, fast-moving technology markets. Once viewers have figured out their finances, what do they look at next? The world around them. Which brings us to politics and global power. Political videos command enormous attention, with constant searches for government decisions, upcoming elections, international relations, and America's global role. But here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. Americans aren't just watching C-SPAN for fun. They're consuming this out of self-preservation. They want to understand exactly how a massive bill passed in Washington or a distant geopolitical conflict will directly ripple down to affect their local grocery bills, their community's infrastructure, and their personal security. When Americans look outward, their focus is highly strategic. Watching major global players like China and India is all about tracking that intense technology race and the broader global economic shifts. They want to know who's winning the AI race or who's leading in global manufacturing. But when their attention turns toward Europe, viewer interest heavily shifts toward international security and military alliances. The goal for the audience is always practical: connect these massive global dots to understand the ultimate impact back home in America. Next up, we're shifting from the global stage back to the personal sphere, looking at future tech and wellness and how people optimize their lives. Audiences are actively mapping out their next decade of technological evolution, and it basically looks like this. In the near term, the next 1 to 3 years, the obsession is all about gadgets and the evolution of smart homes. Zoom out 3 to 5 years, and the focus shifts heavily to the mass adoption of electric cars. And long-term, looking 5 to 10 years ahead, the massive draw is space technology and robotics. People literally want to see, step by step, exactly how human existence is going to transform. But, viewers intuitively realize that all the smart homes and space tech in the world don't mean a thing if you aren't healthy enough to enjoy them. We all want to live long enough to actually ride in those spaceships, or at least be around when the robots finally learn to cook us dinner. So alongside technological optimization, audiences are deeply invested in personal, biological optimization. Health, fitness, mental wellness, and building healthy lifestyles are major overlapping search topics. People are aggressively seeking out information to improve their daily energy and elevate their overall quality of life. Of course, it can't be all work and no play. That brings us to entertainment and viral stories, or as we like to call it, decompressing with emotion. Let's face it, after trying to solve AI job replacement, tracking global security threats, and optimizing every waking hour of their lives, Americans desperately need a mental palate cleanser. These core entertainment pillars, movies, celebrities, sports, and viral internet stories, they continue to attract absolutely huge audiences. And they aren't just mindless distractions. They successfully deliver core human emotions. Viewers turn to these topics because they crave pure excitement, genuine surprise, and moments of real inspiration. It's the necessary emotional counterbalance to this heavy, relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let's move to and see how this builds into our final takeaway, understanding the changing world, where the modern viewer is truly a student.
If there's one overarching thesis to all of this data, it's this. The modern audience wants knowledge and future predictions. They do not just want to be passively entertained. Modern viewers are incredibly active participants in their own media diets. They are deliberately searching for the money ideas, the global context, and the stories that will actually help them build a resilient, informed life in a rapidly shifting society. They're essentially treating content platforms like open-source universities.
So who actually captures this American attention economy? The biggest winners in content creation will be those who can explain complex topics in a simple and interesting way. It's about taking that vast, overwhelming complexity of artificial intelligence, global politics, and economic shifts and serving as a modern-day translator. The creators who win are the ones who distill all that noise down into structured, highly digestible insights that actually empower the viewer to take action.
I want to leave you with this final, powerful thought directly from our source material. The future belongs to those who understand change. The American audience clearly gets this. They're using content not to escape reality, but to aggressively prepare for it. So the big question now is, what are you watching to make sure you understand the changes coming your way? Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep watching.